Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another video here. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit more behind the scenes of how I create my videos here, in particular my on-location videos. Kind of just briefly discussing some of the gear I take when I go out in the field, different ways and angles and compositions that I record the videos in, and just all the kind of stuff like that. So we're just basically going to run down different types of gear that I use and just go from there and give some examples. So for my first piece of gear that I use primarily is a camera that's dedicated to video recording, and for that I use the Canon M50 Mark II. This is a kind of an entry-level mirrorless camera that works really well for video. A lot of kind of vloggers and people like that use this kind of camera just because it's really compact, it's lightweight, it's portable. You can shoot it handheld or record off of a tripod, which I'll show you here in a moment. And it just works really well for my purposes. It does have a flip-out touchscreen on the back here. That's really nice and handy if in case you want to see yourself or just to adjust the angles, of course. And and then coupled with a 15 to 45 millimeter wide-angle lens, just makes it the perfect companion for shooting video on location and showing some behind the scenes of that. Or if you ever are filming like a speaking bit to the camera, it works really well for that, or just simply for shooting B-roll. So yeah, so this is a really nice camera for that. On top of it here, just to record some audio, I have a Rode microphone that's wired and connects directly into the headphone jack on the camera itself. So that works out really well as well. And so, like I said, you can, honestly, you can have it handheld. It's a wide enough angle with this lens that came with it to shoot video that way and everything. But also, I like to also use it on a tripod. And that just kind of frees up your hands for stability reasons. So you can, get B-roll of you walking down a trail or some kind of point of interest or subject matter if you wanted to photograph it, or rather record it and then photograph it later. It works really well for that. And then my tripod of choice, really just anything lightweight and small will get the job done. Try not to get a too heavy tripod, but at the same time make sure you get one that's sturdy enough at least. And for that I use this Benro carbon fiber tripod, which works out pretty well. It collapses into 3 or 4 sections here. And when it's all kind of collapsed and folded in, it's pretty nice and portable. So, and the nice thing is when it's all kind of put together and everything, you can really, you can hold it handheld and have the camera and stuff to you like this and talk to the camera, or you could, like I said, just have it out and just stand a few steps back or whatever. So coupled with a ball head here, just makes it really portable and stuff, which is nice. So that's a nice piece of gear I use. So I would say the bulk of my video recording is from, like, for example, this camera. In the past I have used other different types of DSLR and digital cameras, and then also this device, which I have used in lieu of this kind of camera. But the next thing I use currently is a GoPro. This is a bit of an older model. This is the Hero 8 version, and it still works really well for its purposes. Nowadays I use it as mainly just like a time-lapse kind of record, and that's really nice too, just to kind of add some flair and some different kind of motion and video work into the videos that you make. And so I feel like GoPros, they do take photos and they do take video, which both look pretty great for what they are, but I think that my main draw is just how simplified the process is for making time-lapse videos. And so oftentimes when I get to a location, especially early on or near a trailhead at the beginning and the start, I'll just plop this down kind of on a trail or somewhere close by, and then I will just hit record on that time lapse until literally the battery runs out. So I can usually get on average about 5 or so minutes of a time lapse, and it can unlock some cool perspectives, I think, given the certain angles and stuff that you can record with this. And I find these videos that is, really work well for just kind of adding some transition shots into your videos, or just have something to tack on to the end of the video, which I find is really helpful. And so, stuff like that's really useful. And it's very portable and lightweight. You can get mount little flexible tripods onto it if you want to kind of stabilize it or hand hold it or whatever. And yeah, it worked pretty well, I think. So that's a really nice piece of gear to use. If you really want to spice things up, you can use aerial photography from a drone. I don't do it on every video I make, but I try to whenever I can, within reason, of course, of no-fly zones and everything. But my drone of choice is a DJI Mavic Mini. It's a very lightweight and very portable type of drone that almost fits in my pocket in some cases. And I can literally get it up and flying within probably about a minute or two and have it all set up. And then it has the controller with all the antennas and the two thumbsticks. It does take both photo and video, but like I kind of with the GoPro, it's more so I use it for the video stuff and to get some nice kind of like slick B-roll, whether that's kind of like a sweeping panning shot or it's a video of me just kind of walking around and stuff. There's definitely plenty of options that you can use for this. And got 3 batteries with it, and I use actually an old smartphone with the DJI app, and I just have this in my camera bag at all times. Don't really use the phone for anything else. Its sole purpose is literally to connect to the controller and to just have the screen on it to read it out and to see where the drone is, of course. So I use those things. Excuse the dog. And so really the last thing I use, and I don't use this too often honestly, but I do find this kind of useful to have in my camera bag at most times, just because it can be of use if you really want to get some great audio, because in a lot of cases the audio is as important as the video. And this is just a separate little Zoom 4-track recorder, a digital recorder, and it's just the case it's in. But I use this to record if I just want to get kind of like some ambient recordings, some field recordings and sound effects. This is a great tool. Instead of just recording directly from like the microphone of the camera I'm using for video, I can just pull this out and get it up and running in a couple seconds, and record some audio files of it could be rushing water, bird song, kind of like a breeze or a wind. This has really great two-way microphones on here for stereo output and input, and like I said, it's a nice piece of gear to get one of these little recorders. If you did want to get more better audio, I think with on your person, like you talking, getting a recorder such as this or a smaller one and then hooking up like a lav mic to it and having it connected to you is a great option. But for now I do the external microphone, and I find that works pretty well for what I do. So yeah, in brief, all these kind of pieces of gear, luckily it's not too much. I've kind of streamlined my process over the years, and I found that this kind of gear set works pretty well for my uses. And pretty much all the videos you see here on this channel are all recorded solely by me, and I'm the only one out there doing it, so I try to streamline it to where I can just have everything work pretty well. And then later on, when editing the video and compiling it together, it's nice to have all these variety of angles and everything in the video, because you can obviously, of course, record a video just with like a single camera or even your smartphone to start with, and that's by all means a great option, especially if you're starting out. But I find it's nice to have all these different variety of angles and shots and focal lengths and perspectives, just really add like a bit of variety to your overall video. And I find that stuff really nice to kind of just keep things fresh and interesting, instead of it just being one static kind of view or camera. Yeah, so I think with that being said, this is the end of the video here. Hopefully you found it kind of interesting, kind of a look into the process I have when recording videos out in the field. And if you have any questions, of course, leave them down below. And I hope you learned something and you found something worthwhile in watching this. So thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.